Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Mennings. And in today's episode, we're going to be on 3.19, the new patch that's just come out, and it's included a tutorial. So we're going to take a look at this tutorial and see how good this tutorial is. Is it any good as a guide? And our thoughts on that. So let's get into this one, guys. So also on that front screen, you've also got a find a guide button, which will take you on the website to all the guides. And I'm going to start adding some of my guides in there and that. So yeah, so hopefully this guide gives you some good information about how to get started. And we're going to go and check that out. So let's get into this one, guys. So here we go, guys. So that's that one done. So I'm going to press F12 and get rid of my chat here. So tutorial, first steps, eating, drinking water. So you see there's food there. One thing they haven't said or mentioned they might do in a second is you have to have your helmet off when you eat and drink. So we haven't got a helmet on at the moment. This isn't how you start like this normally, unless they've changed it, but this isn't normally how you start. So you have to have your helmet off to eat and drink. And so basically we'll see when they tell you to put your helmet on, but just so you know that. So what we'll do is we'll press F, or on I've got my pad here, I'll press Y, and I click that and press drink. And then basically what you do to drink is once you just keep holding your mouse button or your fire button. Make sure you don't have that little mouse pointer, else it won't do it. And then we'll place that back down by pressing F, keep hold of F. That's going to open that. Can I actually do something with this? Okay, it's not letting me do anything with that. So let's just go for the food then. Take the burrito. We'll eat that. And again the same, we'll just eat it. Cool. So you've got food and water. So by pressing on your, I've got to bring this up here. This thing here, you see down at the bottom here, you've got your food and water, and this will pop up as it starts getting low, and your health and stuff like that. This is how much medicines you've got. This is your food and water. This is your food, sorry. So this is hydration. This is nutrition. This is if you've got injuries. This is temperature, and then this is your health. Okay. So we'll go along and see what this show was. So to leave the harp, press F again. So they haven't. I mean, you've got this interaction thing here, which will tell you. So you press harp. And basically I can either press that and press RB, or I can just double tap my Y button, or you can just double tap it. There we are. So this is all cool. I like the tutorial up to here. It's getting people started. So the lift here again. I can't double tap my thing on this one, so I have to actually press F and then my mouse button, as you see here. It won't let me do it, so I press my mouse button. And then that'll say elevator code as it does there. And then if the elevator doesn't open, just click it again, and that should then this time open it. There's some issues where elevators don't open. So we're going to go to the ground floor like it tells us here. Straight down to the ground floor. And again, the door didn't open, so we'll just hit the door here or the ground floor again, and that will let us out. So we'll go down here. And what's they saying? View area map. So yeah, so the big thing in Star Citizen is all about maps and signs. Always keep an eye on maps and signs. So, I don't know why it keeps going out, but we'll stand here where it doesn't go out. And if you press F and zoom your mouse button, you can zoom in and out of that anyway. So, this is basically telling you your places you need to go. So, we need to get over to head to the Cubby Blast. So this is where we currently are here, and we need to head over to Cubby Blast. So we've got to find Cubby Blast on here. Cubby Blast here, Retail Plaza, which is where we're at, Cubby Blast. And that is Retail Bridges, Transform Platform, Retail Plaza. So it's one of these ones here. So let's have a look for Cubby Blast. There it is right in front of us. And then a sign for Invictus. Invictus is coming soon where we're going to have free fly. So Cubby Blast is where you'll buy guns and equipment. So you can either buy off the wall here by pressing F or in my case my mouse button. In there you have armors and stuff, and then you can buy stuff from the shop kiosks here. Basically, you can buy off the shelf or you can buy at the shop kiosks here. So let's go to the kiosk, and there we are. So we're going to choose Area 18, so that's where it's going to put our stuff. And then basically you want to buy something, head to the city lights. So basically if you want to buy something, you'll say like I want armor, and then you can choose, you can just filter it down, so just to arms. And then when you click it, you'll get an image of it, and then you can hit the buy, or you can just hit the quick buy. So say if you want to buy multiples of something, you'll click buy and you can do multiples. But if you just want to buy one, then you can hit the quick buy, and that'll put that into your local inventory then. So, and the same with selling, you'll choose that, you'll choose your ship and whatever you're selling from, and that will come up there basically. So, I'm not buying anything here. I don't want to buy anything. I'm going to just see how where this takes us, this thing. When you do buy something, you press I, everything will be here in your inventory. So anything you've bought online in the stores or anything like that will all be here in your inventory. So this is where you'll get it all from. You just press I and then you grab it and put it on, basically. And you ship paints and all that stuff, you ship paints. So that's where that'll go once you buy it. You might not have all that stuff, but that's where it will go basically. And then like I say in here, you've got this where you can just buy off the shelf as well. So the next step is to head to the transit place. Now my advice is don't buy guns and weapons and stuff like that when you first start, because your first missions will be something like a box mission, and you can pick that stuff up from loot boxes anyway. So I wouldn't worry about buying that stuff at the moment. You don't need it at this moment in time. So let's start heading up to transit. You start learning these places, and if you forget or get lost, you've got these things here, and then you've got the signs up here to look at as well. So I think they've done a good job up to yet with this tutorial to let you know, other than not letting you know that you need to have your helmet off to eat and drink. That's the only issue. So people get caught out with that, basically. So here comes the train. There generally is a time up there of when it's going to come, and then a time when it's going to depart.
The platform's edge. Strong winds can
You can go over and press F and your mouse button to sit down if you need to, and then if you press F4, you can look around, basically. Keep hold of Z and you can look around, and press F4 again, it'll do a more further outlook one to look around, basically. And then you can position your cameras and stuff like that as you want them, and then you press F4 again and it's first person mode. So we're going to go and exit in the Raiko Memorial, so we'll go forward and just watch the city as we go past. So this is area 18. Nice cityscape. Done a really good job with this tutorial. Normally these planes and stuff that are on the surf, they're going on the thing there, they normally don't look like that. They're normally upside down or on the side going in a weird direction. So they've done a really good job. It's like they've processed this thing here. This is one big issue they have, is people standing on these things here. Hopefully they get that sorted soon and have people walking around more. Then you've got your guards here. And we've got all these signs because Invictus is coming up, so it's going to be good. And then DEFCON coming up there. So this thing here is a terminal for paying your fines. They haven't said anything here, they may say it later on. But at some point you might get fines for trespassing and stuff like that, and this is where you can pay them. So basically that's a little sign there telling you the shipyard's this way. It's pretty cool. I like the new little signs they've been putting up. It's pretty cool. Oh, normally there's terminals here. Looks like they've gone. And there's normally terminals here as well. So it looks like they've moved them. Ah, they put them here. Cool. Someone's little thing there. These two terminals here as well. Oh, nice. So they've moved the terminals. That's pretty cool. So you don't have to run around there to put it down. Hello. Over here is where you can buy food and drink. Basically, you can just click on it and you'll go quick buy, or you can buy it and put them in your backpack. Same with the drinks here. One thing to remember and to take note of in time is they have different things like hydration and then effects that they have. So you can keep an eye on some of these. Like some of the burritos might have dehydrating effects. So if we click on a burrito and click more info, it might have dehydrating effects on it. So you just gotta, so it affects your dehydrating. So you're gonna lose your hydration a lot quicker. And then they've got how much nutrition it's gonna be to bring up your food and water. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So basically using the ship terminal. So let's do it.
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle.
And in here you will have all the ships that you have bought on your account in your hangar, as well as any ships that you've bought in game, or any free ships that you've got on any free flies. So this has been rented for a minute, it looks like, an hour, 16, something like that. So it's got a cargo for this Pisces. And deliverable here means it's going to take 20 seconds. It's not loaded into the game yet. It's going to take 20 seconds. Once you've done this, you'll then get it to, you have to then collect your vehicle, and then if you crash your vehicle, you have to make a claim on your vehicle. So let's request its delivery. And then we can go back and you can come off that if you want. Have a look around. I'll employ you to have a look around and have a good look about the place. So there's the DEFCON thing. defense comms, should I say. So that's getting ready for that, looks like. And then they have like ships that you can rent out for free and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So let's go back now, that should be ready.
Welcome to the aSOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
And then we hit
Vehicle
retrieve.
selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following
So,
location.
Hangar 1, basically.
Please visit
And
his
it'll show you
warehouse.
there, but it'll also show you there, you see? By looking at that there, you can see it's in Hangar 1 and Pisces there. So we've got to get in the elevator and head to that again. So we know how to use an elevator now. So let's get in and let's go. We're going to Hangar 1. So that's cool. And again, we have to open the doors because there's a bug with this. Why is it not letting me? Did I have to take a specific elevator? Let's check. I wonder if I had to take a specific elevator. Because it hasn't gone through that. Let's have a look if I had to take a specific one. Let's get rid of the door not opening again.
And welcome to Riker Memorial Spaceport. Servicing the
Let's take the specific angle they've told me to turn.
To the aSOP.
We
Thing
hope you
they've
have
told
safe
me to
travels
take.
wherever your final destination may be.
Maybe I didn't have to. We'll see. We'll just go straight to it anyway. So we're in Hangar 1. Let's go down to Hangar 1. So that, yes, it's done it this time. So this time I'm going to board the ship. Again, we have to press that and open it up. So there's some dude here in my... going stuff around. So we're gonna open the door here. It's like a little button here. You might have, I think I've taken mine off for it to show me my door things because I know where they are on the ships. So you might have a little thing here showing you that that's where your door is. So this is our ship. I'm gonna close that door so he doesn't come in. And this is basically some full storage, so you can have a crate here, here, and here. Then you've got two drop seats here for people. So let's get into the ship itself. So there we are. What's it going to tell us here? So you can see here, it's going to start coming up with some options down here, basically. So we're going to press U to put our tower up, but what we can do is we can press just R. So we press R. That'll do all of it for us, turn everything on. And if you press F4, you get the first person, the third person again in your ship, and you can basically hold Z and look around it with your mouse like this. And just some dude just flinging stuff around. So what we've got to do now is we've got to ask for takeoff. So what we need to do is come down to our console here, and you'll see there's like a comms here. Any of these you can do it with. So I could do it to this one. I could go onto the menu here and then go to the comms here, and then basically we can go to the landing services here, and we can click that. Or you've got certain buttons that you can do to do it. The other way of doing it is to press F1, go into your Mobi glass, go into your comms link, and do it here in the friends here as well. Same thing. So F1 is your Mobi glass, where you'll have a lot of stuff. Hopefully they'll go through some of this in a minute. Basically your ships that you own, your knickknacks, your route planner, and then just other bits and that for your contracts and stuff like that. So we've done that. We've asked to be taken off. Now we basically take off by pressing spacebar to go up, and then you've got W, A, D, and S for your movement backwards and forwards, and then I think it's control or something like that to come down. Yeah, I don't use that. I use a pad, so you'll see that's why I have different things come up. So I'm gonna come out of here, and if you want, you press L, and that'll turn lights on for you. And then if you press your F4, you can have a look around. Like, but don't block the bays because you will get a fine if you stay in the bay too long. And if you press N, that'll take your landing gear up. And then we'll look to the sky and we'll push up and we'll just keep going forward. Now, if you roll your mouse wheel up, you'll get this little thing here to do your speed. And the more you push up, that's where, once it gets to that box, that's where it will stop, basically. So roll your mouse wheel down and up. If it's in the red, then you're going past SEM speed, which means basically you're going to be harder to handle in atmosphere and stuff like that. Whereas if you keep it in the green, it'll be a lot easier to handle. If you press C, that'll put your cruise control on, which means you don't have to be pushing W, keeping hold of W or pushing your stick up. It'll just automatically do it, but remember you've got that on. And yeah, so basically that's where we're at. There's definitely more, like the guide I've created, which you'll see, I'll put a thing at the top now. There's definitely more to it. This is a great guide for getting you going, but there's definitely so many unanswered questions already on this, like what does all of this lot do? What's all of this? What can you do with these panels here? And just stuff inside the space station itself. So yeah, it's a good tutorial in getting you started, but there's definitely a lot of unanswered questions. So this is Area 18. Looks like they've done Area 18 up as well. So let's follow the checkpoints. Let's go there then. So we'll drop back down to this checkpoint here. Right, so to get that thing up that I got there, my quantum, basically you press B and then that'll bring up all the points that you can jump to. So I'm going to turn that off, my cruise control, and bring it back to SAM speed. Once I get to around 10,000 meters or 10 kilometers. And the other thing, like I was saying to you earlier, they basically had me go out without a helmet on. Now, when you start the real game, you will probably have a helmet on, but they've let me go out without a helmet on. And if I went to a space station and landed one of the little dock things and not going inside, then I'd suffocate. So it's something to watch, basically. They haven't said put an helmet on. So let's follow these checkpoints. So basically we're going to follow these checkpoints. Here's the next one. See, we as players don't come out of the city this way. We literally just point up and push up basically. We don't come out slowly like this. We point up and just push up and just go up basically. So you don't have to come out of the city like this. We literally just point up, make sure that this section over here, these here, got to around 90, and then we just push up. So to get out of an atmosphere is around 11,000, so then things will turn blue like that, but hopefully they're going to tell us about them in a minute. There we are. Use quantum to travel, reach Bikini Point. So we'll look at Bikini Point. And so they are not telling us how to get to our quantum drive. Even over on this side, it's not telling us how to get onto our you know, quantum drive. So you have to turn your quantum drive off to be able to quantum somewhere. So we have to press B on our keyboard. And then once this spools up, you have two spooling points. You have this one here, and you have this one here. So the calibration is ready, and now we're just waiting for the system to come online. Once you've actually quantumed somewhere, you'll get a cooldown that comes down the side here in red as well. So what we do is now
Quantum drive is now on.
and when you quantum, it'll generally take you about 24 kilometers from the point. So let's turn our quantum drive off. Now it's dark, you can hardly see Bikini Point there. So what you have to do is press tab and ping, and you can see then basically it highlights it up. And you'll see these little chevrons here. If they point at each other, you're going forward. If they're pointing away from each other, that means you're going backwards. So let's go forward, and as you see, it'll go in the point of movement that you're going. So if you're aiming at something, you may end up aiming over there, but you see there the points, like I'm still going towards Bikini Point there. So you don't want to be pushing forward and your chevrons are still aiming at Bikini Point, because you'll still end up hitting it still. So be careful with that. So if I'm going faster, like in the red here, I've got to be careful, make sure that my chevrons are not aiming at it and I'm aiming over it. So what we're waiting for at the moment is for this little thing to come up at the top corner here, and it'll be like a little bullet thing. And once that happens, it means you're in an armistice zone, which means then basically you can then call for landing services. For some reason, it's not coming up. Not too sure why. We should be in it by now. There it is. And basically, you can tell when you're in it because it's like a ring of light that goes around. You see the ring of light there going around. That ring of light basically means you're in the armistice zone. So what we have to do is, again, we have to call our landing services. So to do that, what we have to do is press F1 or go down on your panels. We'll do it on F1 this time, into your comm links, into your friends, and we'll call Bikini Point. That will hail them, and then they'll give us a landing bay.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
So it's good. I wonder actually if they was going to tell me here. No, it just says land on it. It's good for sure, but there's definitely a lot of questions need answering. Like, so now I need to make sure I put my landing gear down by pressing N. Make sure I do that, and
deployed.
come round. Sorry if you can hear people in the background. My partner's making dinner right now. And when you're in space, you've got to be careful because you will be traveling. If you turn, you're still going to be traveling the same way. So now that we've got that, if you see the green sort of boxes coming in, press F4, go into third person mode, and make sure you line yourself up. But once we get to here, as you start closing into it, if you keep hold of it, basically what it'll do is auto land for you. So if I keep hold of it now, auto land should take over for me. Gonna take over? Maybe I have to press N first and then keep hold of it.
Landing gear deployed.
Auto land should take over, but it hasn't done. Oh, there we are. Now it has.
Landing complete.
Cool. And then what we do
Landing complete.
is you can then
Does it
press
say?
U to turn off your power and all that stuff. But generally what we do is we just press I to turn our engines off.
Offline.
And then we get out the seat by keeping hold of Y. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go on store this basically. Make sure you close your doors behind you so that nobody else can take your shit. They will. They'll take it. I don't know what's going on with this game. Like, I didn't touch anything, and yet I've got all this batteredness on my ship. Have a look around your ships and that as you want. So here we are at Bikini Point, which is the space station for art court. And then we're going to go up to the lobby here, always to the lobby. And you can scroll these, by the way, up and down to get to different hangars. Now these lifts should open. These ones tend to open for you. So we go to these little things here. Little things here.
Welcome.
Click on
to the
this, and this time we're going to store
vehicle
the ship.
system.
You'll get a store mark. So we'll store that. There we are. And then we can
Please
close out
visit
of
us
that.
again.
So that's done.
Goodbye.
So, first fly, done. We got 15,000 credits for that. So, what it means by journal added is if you press F1, then you've got a journal down here, this journal, and that will basically go through all this stuff with you. So they've got this here, how to go through things, so that's good. And then you've got your tutorials on shopping, tutorials on interaction mode, welcome to the verse, first aid and regeneration, better nutrition and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, you like I said, you bring this up here. I can't remember what it's called, the pip. I can't remember what it is on. I can't remember what it is on the keyboard. You'd have to press escape and go and look at your options here and into your key bindings and go and check. You've got keyboard and mouse. I generally go to the gamepad, but then you go to your here and basically it will tell you here there's a thing called is it this one? I don't know what it's called. It's called wheels, something wheel. It's called pits. So tab, yeah, interaction mode and pit. So basically, what it's saying is go into interaction mode. So F. So it's again F and tab is what it's saying. That doesn't work for me, so. Yeah, you'd have to figure that out. And that's where you see your hydration and stuff like that. And then, so the next steps would be then to make this your base or whatever, so that you don't have to go through all that transport again. And the way you do that is you go to the hospital, wherever that is. Yeah. So they go up to the shops and stuff like that, where you can buy more gear. And then this is your hubs here where you spawn when you come into the game, if this is your spawn point. And then there's where you can create, get yourself a bed to heal yourself, pharmacy for buying stuff, and then you'll have some insurance terminals around here somewhere there. And basically what you do is go here and basically transfer your imprint here, basically.
Just a friendly reminder that no matter your
And that's it,
health status,
basically.
first wave
So there's a lot they haven't shown you. So definitely check out that tutorial if you are new to the game that I put up at the top earlier. It's in it. I've got 8 parts as we speak at the moment, which goes through buying shapes and starting to move forward, and your first day in it, and then your first jobs, and then going further in your jobs, and then ship components, and then mining, and cargo running, and dogfighting, and all that stuff.
RX. Feel better, save more.
So pressing I will give you your inventories, and all your stuff will be stored at your own planet, which is down in that code where we started.
Please report to Med Station 4.
So that's the tutorial. What do I think of it? It's good that there's actually something there that can be built on now and get your first movements going. But it does leave a lot of questions of how to do stuff, and that might be frustrating for some people. So definitely go through them tutorials like I showed you at one point. I probably had an helmet back at my thing, back in the base like he's got there. But it started in me off without an helmet. So yeah, it's all right. But it definitely needs a lot more to be added to it. So, but it's good that they've actually started on that, because it will help a lot of people. And this tooltips thing here as well is pretty good that they've started adding that. You might start getting some things up here, some tips up here. I've basically hidden mine in my options. So yeah, so we hope you like this video, guys. I know it's just a quick one showing the tutorial. I'm glad they've actually got a tutorial thing on there. But definitely is lacking in a lot more in depth that you can do, and Basically, it's telling you how to do. It's telling you you've got to do this and you've got to do that, but it's not telling you how to do that. Like it didn't tell you how to put in your concept drive. So definitely a work in progress, and definitely glad that they've got that. So yeah, so let us know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah, we'll hear you guys up in the verse.